According to a new survey, almost half of all voters think that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server was not only illegal, but unethical and is a major problem for her candidacy. Now, this is according to a new Morning Consult national survey of about 2,000 people. Nearly all of them have heard something about, or a lot about, Hillary Clinton's private email. Now, of course, there's a lot of Republicans going after her on the email. There's also some left-leaning sites also asking questions about the email. It's become kind of a big issue, something that she's not exactly happy about. Now, this issue is being raised because it goes to her trustworthiness, right? Now, also because the State Inspector General, or the State Department's Office of Inspector General, had just recently released a report in which it found that Hillary Clinton had not complied with its record-keeping procedures, the Federal Records Act. Now, the report said that while her production of 55,000 pages of emails mitigated her failure to properly preserve emails, the State Department still has concerns over the security of their content after it ran through a personal server in her home in Chappaqua, New York. I enjoy saying that name, that word, I don't know why. Now, according to this survey, half of voters said Clinton's use of a private email server was illegal, while the more than a quarter of voters, 27%, said that they weren't sure if it was legal or not, and less than a quarter, 22%, said they believed it was legal, and only 20% of her voters believed the practice was ethical. Now, none of that really kind of matters. I mean, the legal, illegal argument, it does, it makes a difference. But the whole issue for me on this is security. Now, you want to have good cybersecurity. Now, I come from a little bit of a background in IT and network security, right? So I've taken some classes. I'm not an expert by far, but I took some college courses. And look, security is a big issue. These servers can be vulnerable to hackers. There are a lot of tools out there that hackers can be able to use in order to access emails. And so you had to have a lot of security. And I'm not saying that Hillary Clinton didn't take security concerns, but according to the IG report, she didn't show adequately to State Department officials that her BlackBerry device, where she used to check emails on, had significant or good enough security measures put on it so that it could make sure that that these emails couldn't get hacked or intercepted. So there's that. Now, among all voters, 48% of them see this email issue as, quote, a major problem, while 24% see it as a minor problem, and just 18% of voters said it was no problem at all. Now, how does this break down among Democrats? Among Democrats, just a quarter of them think it's a major problem for Clinton, compared to 50% of self-identified independents and 78% of Republicans. So this is a big deal for Republicans. Now, Republicans, they weren't going to vote for Hillary Clinton anyway. But I find the 50% of self-identified independents, that's troublesome. Hillary Clinton can't win the election with just registered Democrats alone. No, she's going to need independents. And so that number should worry the Democratic Party, especially since you're going against Donald Trump, who could very well win the election. Oh no, Jeff, come on, Nick, he could never win the general election. Oh, really? Didn't you guys say the same thing about the primary? Oh, Donald Trump never win the primary. Come on, man. You know what? His popularity, I mean, you know, it's high and all. And he's winning some. But, you know, eventually the Republicans are going to gain some common sense and they're going to nominate Jeb Bush. Oh, there goes Jeb Bush. Oh, shit. There goes Marco Rubio. Oh, shit. Oh, no, we're left with Trump. They say it could never happen. Well, it happened. And so could a Trump presidency. That's a disaster. Super disaster. Tremendous disaster. Anyway, Hillary Clinton says, look, man, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I covered the story yesterday. And John Podesta sent out an email to supporters. Oh, she made a mistake. But we're confident now that this IG report came out that we can move past this. Basically, shut up, shut up, shut up. This isn't going to hurt us. Let's go. Let's continue to the nomination and just not say anything about the email thing anymore because we want to just wrap it up. I mean, you can't just wrap it up, especially when you have a lot of people, independents, saying, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. We don't like the way that you handled this whole email thing. Kind of shady. A little. Now, here's the other thing, right? Now, this kind of goes along, as I said, with her trustworthiness, right? And transparency. People want to know that they can trust the next president and that they can be transparent. Well, this doesn't show it at all, and this is kind of related to the transcript issue. Now, remember, 64% of the electorate who was surveyed wanted those people to release, wanted Clinton to release the transcripts of her speeches to Goldman Sachs. Transparency, we want to know what you said to Goldman Sachs. It could be innocuous, nothing there, or it could be what a lot of us think it might be, her sucking up to Goldman Sachs. In return for, of course, lavish speaking fees from Goldman Sachs. It could be normal, or it could not. Who knows? Nearly half of all Democrats believe Clinton should release the transcripts, along with 67% of independents and 80% of Republicans. I mean, it's safe to say that Republicans really want to see the emails and the transcripts. Now, once again, I think it's so they can use it as political ammunition against Hillary Clinton. Sure, I get that. I understand where they're coming from. And that's what they're going to use to try to attack her on. Kind of makes her a little bit weaker of a candidate in the general, but once again, they're not really going to get any Republican votes anyway. What I'm worried about is the independent vote, which is super important when it comes to a general. So, this poll shows that there are a lot of Americans in the center, in the independents, self-identified independents who do care about this issue and think that it looks very bad for her trustworthiness, which is really low, and her honesty, which is also really low. This should worry Democrats. This should worry anybody who wants to beat Donald Trump in a general election, because these are not good numbers, no matter how you try to spin it.